Hello, good evening, my teacher. My name is Gunamagala. My student ID is 620-150-1059. Before today, I would like to explain my topics according to the Buddhism and social work subject for final exam. Before I explain my topics for final exam, I would like to apologize to my teacher that I have COVID and I have to stay in the quarantine for 15 days. After that, after I come back from the quarantine hospital in the library and BSc library, I feel not good. If I go any work, I feel tired. So I am late for submit my video. So I would like to apologize to my teacher. And now I would like to choose the topics. Number 2. Topic number 2 is explains the roles of male and female layperson for social work in Buddha's time, with example. So in this my PowerPoint and my topics, the content is number 1 is introduction, 2 objectives of Jivaka, 3 the story of Jivaka, and 4 his Jivaka's education from the Dhaka Sila, 5 testing his education, that his teacher the name is Disabamukha. He testing his education. And number 6, Jivaka's the fourth patient. He killed the fourth patient. Yeah. And 7 is Jivaka's second patient. Number 6 is Jivaka's other patient. And 9, Jivaka killed the Buddha. And 10 is the conclusion. And the last one is reference. So yes. In this my introductions, yes, my name is Gunamagala, and I am non-nationality from Myanmar country. For this final exam subject of Buddhism and social works, I would like to choose the topic number 2 to explain roles of Jivaka, a layperson for social work in Buddha's times, with example. The Jivaka who was a great physician to the Buddha. Yes, this story is based on an original script of Jivaka's life, along with the record of Jivaka's prescriptions. It is my honor to present this story. Yes, to English readers who might wish to depend their connection to Jivaka and broaden their understanding of Jivaka life. Parents may this exist in detail serve to eliminate the life and times of Jivaka, the great position to the Buddha. Yes, Jivaka, when the Buddha's time, Jivaka is a popular person, included a position. His objectives of Jivaka. Number one is to have modern education. So when he was 13 years, he aimed to have modern education. Number two, to be great physician. He before he learned his education, he thought one day I will be a great physician to help a lot of people around the world. And number three, his objectives of number three is to cure the Buddha and the Sanghas. And number four, to help all people around the world. That's right. His objective that's right. According to I have learned his story. It's about he killed the sick person, a lot of the sick person in different country. And the last one is his aim is to free from the samsara for himself. He also, after he had the teaching of the Buddha, he had the Dharma. After that, he tried the meditation, and he attained Sarabana. He nearly to free from the samsara. He also fed the teaching of the Buddha, and he followed as the teaching of the Buddha, and he also he also offered the monastery to the Buddha, and now I would like to tell his story in brief. Buddha's own position, Jivaka, was highly educated, extraordinary figure. He was an open who lived during the reign of Bimbisara, and Prince Abhaya, the son of King Bimbisara, was ridden through the sea when he saw a flock of crows and struggling and calling loudly around a small bundle, and stopping his carriage, he investigated the sound and found a newborn baby boy. Found the baby boy, who had been left to die amongst the garbage on the roadside. Because he was an open person, because when he was born, he cannot was born very well, and because after his mother after his mother born to him, and his mother threw him in the way on the way to let him die, because his mother is an institute girl, like a cowgirl, and so his mother wanted the son, and so Prince Apaya was transfused with compassion for the newborn baby, and that still clung to life despite its ugly surroundings. He decided to adopt the baby as his own son. Yes, the baby was named Jivaka Komarapada. Jivaka means life. Jivaka means Jivaka in the Pali language. Yes, in this meaning life. Yes, who was alive, and because of his will to life. And Komarapada, it means adopted by a prince. Yes, his education from the Takasila. When he was 13 years old, he decided to go to the University of Takasila, Takasila country in the Buddhist time. Now, Takasila is in the Pakistan to become a physician, a great physician. He entered the body of Nadnapang. Jivaka exalted in his story, and Nadnapang, however, soon realized that the training that he was providing, he being influenced by celestial beings. The knowledge that was being imparted through him for exalt. His knowledge of medicine, Jivaka is quickly learned medicines and cures of which Nadnapang himself had no knowledge. And Jivaka completed in 7 years the physician training, which usually took 11 years. This is normally another student learn the medicine education for 11 years. But Jivaka was a clever student. Whatever the teacher taught, and he remember anything, whatever his teacher teach. So he had to learn the medicine education for 11 years. After his education was complete, Nadnapang asked him to go forth and bring back a plant and husk or root that could not be used for medicinal and purpose for the preservation of life. And after traveling further, Jivaka returned to his teacher to inform him that no such a plan had already existed. All of the natural treasures were beneficial for preservation of life. The joyous teacher then presses his pupil by informing him that his education was complete, because he know all of the plants and half or root is include the medicine, and Jivaka has passed his teacher in knowledge. Yes, after his education is complete, he come back from Takasila and back to the Rajagaha, his country. Yes, he in the between the way, he decided to go back. On the way, he stopped to rest in a city named Silata. He soon had that the young daughter of the city's wealthiest nobleman was sick, and despite the ministering of money were known as physicians, she has suffered from cerebral headache and for 7 years. And Jivaka approached the nobleman as he was confident that he could cure the medicine. And the medicine, however, was not impressed by a very young man who comes. He could cure her when older. When physicians have faith, offering his service for free, Jivaka continues for declared boldly that he could cure her. After the Jivaka cured the wife of nobleman, and fears normal, and at the end, until the end of her life. And after that, Jivaka's second patient. Jivaka's second patient was none other than of his own grandfather, King Bimbisara. Yes, one day the king has a heart grow in his stomach. That's a blast from time to time on his royal robe. So a prominence about the growth and that his controls. Yes, there's also after Jivaka cured King Bimbisara, that stomach that's blessed from time to time is feel better, and the King Bimbisara is feel very well. And another patient. After that, another patient, Jivaka's reputation as a great physician grew quickly. He was the physician of kings, noblemen, and the Buddha. And the text, according to the text, mentioned that operated and successfully removed 2 tumors from the brain of rich merchants who was good friends of King Bimbisara. He also operated successfully and to remove a blocked and interesting of noblemen, and after that, Jirika killed the Buddha in one occasion when the Buddha was afflicted with the stomach problems. Jirika prepared the medicine and applying it on a blue lotus flower and offer to the Buddha. Offer the lotus flower to the Buddha. And Jirika then asked the Buddha to hold the incense emanating from the flower. The medicine which Jirika had prepared with devotion and present so beautifully cured the Buddha's stomach ailment, and the Buddha also free from the sickness because the Jirika clever in the medicine education. And yes, the last one is conclusion. Yes, now I would like to conclusion. After I have studied the story of Jirika, who was the great physician to the Buddha, yes, I have known that the Buddhist education also helped on in the development of and like a Hindu, Muslim, and Christian, and logic and philosophy by in its teaching and in encouraging comparative study in the periods of its early history. It championed the cause of education through the mother tongue, and later on, however, it could not raise the term and influence of being Bengal's in past education through the language. Yes, because his objectives of Jirika is right. He decides rightly, and he also can help the most of people in the Buddha's time, and also the Buddha when the Buddha was feels sick illness, and Jirika also had the Buddha and kings and the sanghas, a lot of sangha also when they were sick, and the Jirika cured them, and also another people also because of Jirika, another people in the Buddha's time also was happy and free from sufferings of the sickness. And yes, this is this is my topic for final exam of the role of Jirika, the Layperson, for social work in Buddha's time. Yes, so I would like to thank you to Ajahn to teach art for this year first semester. Yes, thank you very much.